Greek theater began in the 8th century BCE in Athens. The major playwrights of Greek theater were Sophocles and Aristotle. Greek theater is known for tragedy, comedy, and the satyr play. Because Greek theater was so popular for the type of plays they performed, it spread throughout the Mediterranean and even influenced Roman theater. Since Roman theater was influenced by Greek theater, they borrowed a lot of their ideas, including the structures and plots of the plays. However, Roman theater eliminated the chorus in their comedies. Roman drama would be the most influential because of the interest for interesting entertainment. The main representatives for Roman theater included Plautus, Terence, and Seneca. Medieval theater started to develop at the same age as Western Middle Ages. The text started to become part of the playwriting process, which was then incorporated into plays, but the play itself was more in detail than the text. Sanskrit drama also starts to become popular during the medieval theater time period. During the Italian Renaissance, dramas become more widely known, and there was a start to religious plays. There also becomes the introduction to loes and estremeses. Loes were prologues, and estremeses were plays performed between the acts of comedies. However, during the time, the religious plays died out quickly, which started to shape a new drama that brought the English Renaissance. William Shakespeare's plays are a big part in this era. Shakespeare would be known to change drama, and he started to have larger casts and more unique characters. One of his most famous plays was Romeo and Juliet. English Restoration drama had three types of plays: tragedy, comedy, and pastoral. It also includes the elements on time, place, and action. During this period, theorists started using drama and theater to teach. Some of the major playwrights during that time were written by William Wycherley and William Congreve. French neoclassical occurred during the early 17th century. Racine's tragedy, Phèdre, was noticed as a model during French neoclassicism. There was even a battle that occurred between the neoclassicists and the Romantics. This movement that started to include Romanticism paved the way into the century of melodrama, which became the most popular theatrical form. Melodrama represented plays which included a villain, hero, and heroine. In the plays, the evil are punished and the good are rewarded. The plays started to have suspense, abductions, and reversals. However, the plays always ended happily. Melodramas are not seen as much in theater because they have started to become more popular in television and film. Realism, which is also known as naturalism, arose from an impulse in society. Playwrights began to add a scientific method from Darwin's and Freud's ideas. In order to improve societal conditions, they started to search for the truth in humanity. Anton Chekhov and George Bernard wrote some of the major plays during the realistic era. Flashbacks and ghosts also started to appear during this time. German Expressionism went against realism, which became one of the most influential reactions. The dramas they included in German Expressionism included alienation effect, which distanced the audience during the play and then brought them back in. The next movement is called absurdism, which occurred during World War II and the Holocaust. Characters were not specific, and the themes involved humans being trapped in different ways, like emotional or physical. Beckett's work could also be contributed to the absurdism and postmodernism, which brings us to our last timeline of history theater. Hamlet is one of the plays well known in postmodernism. The words in postmodernism start to not make much sense because it does not become as important in the play. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, different race ethnicities also started to conduct plays together in order to empower their own members. The term postmodernism is supposed to represent the change in politics, science, culture, and arts.